Paul, you want to have to start this one off for us, very basics, but where are we, because I'm not at home?
Well, Gareth, we're at Landpower's head office in Australia, in Altona down in Melbourne. It's where we bring all the machines and parts into the country.
In very simple terms, Landpower is an importer.
Yep, so we're a privately owned importer, and we're importers for the Claas equipment, Grimmy potato harvesters, and the Amazon equipment, and also the Vadestat range for Australia and New Zealand.
Not wanting to blow up your own trumpet too much here, but you know, Cian has been saying to us, because obviously he's been out, and at this stage we've all seen some of the videos he's been doing here with some of your customers, but he maintains for the choppers out here anyway, for the foragers, Claas is king. Is that actually correct?
I think we safely say we're king with the Jags, and that's yeah, it's big business for us over here, and big business for New Zealand as well, you know.
And is there a link between the two then, Australia, New Zealand?
So yeah, we run the product manager and the product specialist, and a lot of tech support is shared between the two countries, and there's a lot of things shared in terms of operators, shared knowledge between the contractors and the customers running the machine, as well as our team.
Yeah, and then if I'm right, and you can help me now on the Claas side of things, you're even linked back to Trevor Turrell, who's head of the UK as well. He also, you work very closely with him, so it's like a big family at the end of it all.
Yeah, I mean, we're a family-owned business. Claas is a family-owned business. Amazon's a family-owned business. Grimmy's a family-owned business. Vadestat's a family-owned business, and it's a pretty small. The farming world's pretty small, but the farm machinery world's even smaller. And yep, Trevor works in with us, gives us a lot of support from Claas UK, and we use those guys for training. We use their knowledge, and we even share some of the technicians across the season.
But that's something that works out really well here, because just currently at the minute, and it's March, there's a couple of lads working in there on a Grimmy machine that it's off season back home, and they're over here doing a few months, and then they're going to head back home now for their season. That's something quite cool. But is that something that you need, or does it just work because it's seasonal, or is it part of that knowledge transfer? Or
well, it's a bit of both. I mean, we've done it for a number of years. Probably in the grain harvesting season, we can have up to 25, 30 guys that we get across for 10, 12 weeks on exchange from UK, Ireland, other parts of Germany as well, to come and work through the dealer network. And then same with the Grimmy product. We'll normally get their guys in their off season, grab a couple extra labour units to help us through when we're busy.
What's the main challenge being in Australia? Because so behind you's a 960 Jaguar that comes off the line in Germany. You know, realistically, that could be in a dealer's yard anywhere in the UK or Ireland within 10 days if everything's running half reasonable. That's not happening here. How does that impact what happens here in Australia?
Shipping and distance is the biggest challenge we've got. We work with very long lead times, but we've been used to working with them for a number of years, so that's nothing new. Shipping's pretty challenging in terms of getting things moving since COVID, and getting actual gear here. The factory supply is actually pretty good. We're doing work with all the manufacturers probably 18 to 24 months in advance, so we're always having to nearly every week, if not every month, reforecast what we're going to get in the future. But it's just a case of reading the season, but definitely getting the challenge of getting stuff here.
That provides its own challenge, because obviously a lot can happen in a day, as they say, never mind in 6 months, 12 months, but you're trying to forecast longer than that.
Yeah, and it's working with the factory, so they've got the right engines. We've got different engine regulations here than Europe, so we can run with the Tier 2 machines. We've got lead times on those engines in the factory, which affects how fast the factory can build that product, through to when we get the end product and then getting it on a ship and getting it shipped here. So normal shipping time in the past was probably 8 weeks. We're probably talking 12 weeks now, just in terms of pure shipping.
Yeah, but that has to be a nice thing in some ways, that you're still able to work with engines and engine technology that's just a little bit behind maybe what a lot of the rest of us are having to do in Europe. It's just maybe a little bit easier when it comes to emissions and things like that.
Yeah, and the regulation is going to come here, so it's getting tighter, but it does give us access to models that were not available in Europe, or models that are slightly altered to work in these conditions.
You mentioned there, obviously Claas is probably your biggest franchise within Landpower, but then Amazon, it's probably one of your biggest by volume.
Yes.
in some of the products that you do. So is Amazon, because they're very big company as well, is that a popular here in Australia?
Yeah,
or maybe you've done that.
It's the Amazon products really, especially on the fertilizer spreaders, probably the first one of the first twin disc spreaders that was over here. We do a lot with the spreader business, we do a lot with the sprayers, and with some of the tillage equipment as well. And the fact that GRASSMEN, Amazon and Claas are all pretty local to each other, within 100 kilometres of each other in Germany, and they share that technology in tracks, engine, cabs. It's a really good complement to us in terms of keeping parts, but also providing backup to the machines.
Do you find the Australian market is an increasing market? Because we often talk about the market at home's saturated with foragers, for example, that there's so many foragers, there's so much, it's only, is the market in Australia, is it a growing market or is it saturated?
No, it's a growing market for us, and we're growing market share in a lot of the products all the time. Tractors is a big growth area for us, and we're seeing more and more people looking at that technology. I think I mentioned the engines earlier. The fuel efficiency and the ride in the tractors has become a big selling point. A lot with the commodity prices increasing, we're seeing people pay more attention to the section control technology on some of the Amazon gear, and that some of that stuff that was previously maybe too much for the Australian market is actually now becoming into its own.
Yeah, because I would have just assumed everything was big square fields out here, and they wouldn't need to worry so much about section control and things like that, but that's all now starting to come, because that's where I suppose the European marketed products are almost in a league of their own when it comes to that technology.
Yeah, and there's a lot of local manufacturers still in Australia regionally. You'll find that with some of the sprayers and some of the other equipment, and that's guys are definitely paying more attention as commodity prices go up to what the fuel efficiency of the tractor is, what the efficiency is of the spreader, and how those extra dollars can be saved.
And so obviously what you're telling me is that farming here really is no different as a business. It's about being as efficient as possible.
Yep, there's a little bit more land in Australia than Ireland and the UK, and don't look at the size of the acres, look at the amount of production off the ground. I think that's the hardest thing for people to get their head around when they hear the size of the acreage. If you look at the yield that's grown, we're not that million miles away. We just spread it over a bit more ground. Yeah,
but then I suppose there are issues and reasons that it has to be like that. And then there's another product here you have mentioned that you yourself, many years ago, you originally came here to Australia with Verdistat, isn't that right?
Yes.
And somehow from that to your job now, but you also sell a bit of Verdistat stuff here, but it's a little bit more specialised, is that correct? Or?
Yeah, we tend to find that we've done well with the Tempo, with some of the larger units, and also the Seedhawk, which is the Verdistat brand out of Canada. So we're selling up to 80-foot seeders with 20,000 litre carts on the back for seed and fertiliser, and that was the main market that Verdistat started in when we came across to Australia. But we're starting to see things like the top down in doing small amounts of tillage is getting more and more popular.
Well, look, we know from Cian spending time with Monk and Sons and Sam, we know that there's a big demand for labour out here, and there's a lot of young lads from back home over in both Ireland and the UK coming out and spending time driving tractors and having a bit of, seeing a bit of the world and having that bit of time. Does the industry need people maybe that aren't just as interested in driving, but for throwing spanners or young technicians or mechanics, or maybe there's no demand for that out here?
No, we're crying out for technicians. I mean, we bring a lot in on the exchange programs. We're working with Claas and with GRASSMEN and some of the other brands there as well. We have quite a few international guys turn up from all different countries with the skill set that they've perhaps worked on Amazon, or they've worked on Claas in another country. And to be able to bring that knowledge into the country is brilliant, and that just gets us a step ahead with getting the product on the ground and having that knowledge already. So no, we're always welcome to visitors like yourself, but also guys who are looking to stay a bit longer and look for the opportunity.
You're telling me it is here?
Yes.
So you can work here, throw a few spanners, enjoy the heat all year round within reason, and miss the damp, wet conditions. I wonder if I still get that old tool. Would you buy a few tools? I can't really use them, but no. So there are good opportunities for people, and especially for young people that want something, a wee bit different. And that's one of the reasons and I was explaining that to you there just over lunch. One of the reasons we sort of encouraging young ones not to be afraid to go away and look at something a wee bit different. And of course they maybe go back home or whatever, but there is work here.
Yeah, and we're very aware that a lot of people are coming for maybe 1 or 2 years, and they're coming for an experience as much as they're coming for the role. But if somebody's come with existing knowledge on the product, or they've already got qualifications on that basis, really good to get fresh ideas from the different market. And it's openly embraced by the dealerships and openly embraced by the farmers. Everybody is keen to get that bit of extra knowledge that they might learn from somebody new.
You yourself weren't necessarily intending to stay forever.
No, I came for a year 15 years ago.
Exactly. So something must have worked for you in order to, for you to stay and keep pushing with it. Well, look, Paul, thanks very much for giving us a walk around Landpower and giving us a little bit of an idea into how it works on the complete other side of the world, because obviously you maybe think, well, obviously what I mean, but we're spoiled a little bit at home. We think we're not, but we can still get parts direct from the manufacturer inside 24 hours, whereas you just can't do that, hence you stock so many parts. And even at that, you probably think you don't have enough. But
yeah, no, definitely that's one of the challenge of distance and time. So even to jump on the plane and get home back to the UK is 24 hours. So to get the parts here in 24 hours is asking a lot. But we try our best. We do air freight a couple of times a week. We get containers in nearly a couple a week in parts. So it's a constant contact with Europe and trying to get that information and get the latest information across. Is
agriculture booming out here? Is it good, or how would you describe it?
Oh, we've had some great couple of years. The last couple of years, really. When we went into COVID, it started to rain and the drought broke, and there's been some great seasons. There's been some challenges in different areas, but the last 2 seasons in terms of the grain harvest have been massive. There's always a challenge in some part of the country, and there's always plenty of opportunities as well, and certainly is an attractive industry to be in at the moment.
Fantastic. Well, look, thank you for showing us around.
Thanks very much.
You ready now?
Yeah, give it a go.
Right, Jared, we are in Claas Harvest Centre, Waikato.
Correct, yes.
And who are you? What's your job title?
So I'm the sales manager for the Waikato region for Claas Harvest Centre. Look after 4 sales staff for the region.
And as well as Claas, you do Amazon, you do JCB, and you do Grimmy.
Grimmy's done through our head office in Christchurch.
Yeah.
We just look after the servicing and parts side for Grimmy.
Oh yeah.
Mainly for the Pukekohe and Matamata regions.
Oh yeah. So you're going to give us a walk and tour around today and show us. This is a new facility.
It is brand new. So this is we'll call it 2 years, just round numbers.
Yeah.
So been in there since June 21.
And what about before that? You were just in the town in a small place?
We were virtually in the centre or the heart of Hamilton, which was quite a difficult place to get to for the size of the company that we are within size of machines. So
farmers don't like going into towns either.
They absolutely hate it, especially in New Zealand. Yeah, especially in New Zealand. So no, moving out here is a fantastic thing for us.
Yeah. You're right beside the airport here.
Yep. So most of our facilities are right next to the airports. So we do that for critical part supply. If we don't have it on the shelf, we can air freight it in pretty quick smart.
Yeah.
And it's easy for our parts staff and our service techs to pick items up.
So, first thing we see walking in the door is brand spanking new 870.
It is, yep. So brand spanking, this is just about to go out. So hopefully, well, it's going to try and deliver it tomorrow, but it's probably going to be Monday now.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, why is this not gone out? Because it's fairly on the go now, like.
Yeah, it's just customer required date was he wanted it sort of at a special time during the season
Oh yeah.
where it gets really, really busy. So we just sort of just work around the customers and their respected delivery dates.
Yeah. So 870, not that common. A lot of 970s, 960s.
Yeah, so there's really sort of three model types in the Waikato. So obviously 960s 502 series, 970 502 series, and had a massive uptake on these last year on the 870s 500 series.
What's the difference between the 870 and a 970?
Obviously horsepower.
Yeah.
This is small frame, classic drum, mechanical four-wheel drive, and then on your 502 series is hydrostatic VMAX drum.
Yeah.
A few more bells and whistles. No tire inflation on this one, which is quite a popular spec line for the high-end contractors.
Yeah.
Especially because we're virtually in swamp ground here,
Yeah.
so the guys like to change your tire pressures on
Yeah,
the
actually,
fly.
I see some of the land that Finch's had in Mays, like very near the airport here, was pure peat ground.
Yeah,
Like.
it's very, very peak ground, yeah. And the further northeast you go, that's just all swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lose,
then,
lose machines in a heartbeat.
obviously, brand new Mays head and brand new grass head.
Yep.
With this machine, is it an 8-row, 10-row?
This is an 8-row, so this is an 8-row C-Flex 600 with which is a bit of a weird spec. This one's got transport wheels, which we very, very rarely bring in. Most
Yeah.
of the 600s just non-transport. So we got this one for a good price, and the customer just took it. And it's a big drum as well, rather
Yeah.
than small drums. And most people in the Waikato will be running 10-row 750s.
Yeah. So I mostly seen, is 960s, 970s with 10 rows. 960 is definitely like the most common model.
It is, yeah. Yep.
Like in the whole of New Zealand, not just the Waikato, like I would say.
Yeah, it's a tried and tested horsepower range, and especially when they're out of warranty, they like to tweak them a little bit. So
And that's a worldwide thing, that's not...
yeah, I know, but we don't like to talk about that.
Yeah.
But so we have seen a little bit of a shift to the 970.
Yeah.
Just that next horsepower jump.
Yeah. And a big price jump.
It's not too bad. It's manageable. It's manageable for most
Not too
people.
bad for you.
Yeah. I just deliver the quotes.
Yeah.
So no, but no, that these, like I say, and the 880's just been released as well, which is we've had a lot of interest in the 880.
Yeah.
A lot of interest.
Yeah. Right, what's next?
What's next? Let's go.
We have offices, but they're probably not that entertaining.
No.
So like how many staff are here
So we've got 28 staff,
full time?
full time. Yep. 5 parts staff. So parts manager and mechanic.
Do they ever do any work?
Oh, they do. They've just gone quiet when you're talking to them.
I hope we're not camera shy.
So our parts department, we've pretty much quadrupled our size of our parts from where we were.
Yeah.
With pretty much the North Island hub for parts supply for the other dealerships.
Does everything come through Christchurch or?
Everything still comes through Christchurch.
Yeah.
So the whole goal of this is pretty much to critical parts supply when we need it.
Yeah.
There is some times where we do have to get parts out of Christchurch and or Australia, or overseas in Germany.
Yeah, so you have a serious range of parts here for...
Yeah.
Well, definitely for Claas anyway.
Yeah, so
And obviously...
everything's just in Claas boxes just to keep it
Oh,
nice and
yeah.
easy. We recycle quite a bit, but it's mainly is for Claas. In the New Zealand market, Waikato is the biggest region for forage harvesters.
Yeah.
So we look after, machine for machine, we look after 84 machines. Like we actually physically touch them, from all the way from 491 chassis all the way up to the current generations.
Yeah.
The parts pump probably looks after about 110 machines.
Yeah.
So we actually...
So that's like contractors that fix
That's
their own will
contractors.
still come to you for parts. Yeah.
Yeah, contractors, farmers, large-scale farmers, a
Yeah.
couple of small-scale farmers now have forage harvesters of their own.
Because they just love toys.
They love toys and it's time critical.
Yeah.
Because we are the mecca for also contracting in New Zealand as well.
Yeah. Well, I suppose around here, like, you have your grass, silage, like you have everywhere, but maize here is
It's
just,
huge.
like, crazy big, like.
Because we can grow that anywhere.
Yeah.
Sides of hills, cliffs, anywhere we can grow maize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Waikato is mecca for maize.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which I didn't really realise till I got here, but I see that now.
Well, it's a cheap, sustainable feed product.
Yeah,
where I
yeah.
suppose in Europe you'd probably use it for biofuel and
Well, for dairy cows as well, it's good feed. And then obviously they use it for digesters and biogas plants and all
Yeah.
that as well. So
so for all those machines we like to have the parts here.
yeah,
Again, it's just time critical. There are things that we will miss.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of life. But we try and get them here as fast as we can.
yeah.
We've also the whole building was designed so we can expand. So this will be filled with more part shelves.
Yeah.
We also obviously are our own hydraulic press, so we make all our hydraulic lines.
Yeah.
Ignore the motorbike. So this and the
It's
building.
the wrong shade of class green
Yeah,
though.
I know. And the building's also designed that we can push another 3 or 4 bays that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the service department's got their own dedicated parts person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they solely look after in-house parts
Yeah.
for the team here.
Yeah.
So we run about 14 technicians, 6 apprentices at various stages in their career. There's one there. And we try and keep the technicians moving through, like the apprentices moving through their
Apprenticeship.
thank you.
So if you could get some mechanics, technicians, apprentices from Ireland or England, you'd happily take them, I hear.
Yeah, damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it if they're we might also use this for a little bit of an advertising free plug.
Yeah.
So I love it if you're JCB trained, Amazon trained, Claas trained, even Grimmy trained.
Yeah.
So Claas do also do an exchange system where we send technicians overseas and vice versa. It's a great working holiday. Like we look after you when you're here.
Yeah, you get a work ute and
You get a work ute, free use of it, tools, combination. We feed you.
yeah. So what have we here? A flat pack disco or
so
something?
this is a Amazon Ketros 5 metre.
Oh yeah.
Set of speed discs. So just getting those ready for a demonstration. Straight after maize harvest, great little tool. So just
And then we have a couple of tractors in the bays here.
Yep,
So how many bays have we got?
6 bays.
6 bays.
6 bays. Yeah,
You're kind of doubling up on some of the bays though. They're big bays.
they're big bays. Yeah. So in our old building we only had 2 bays,
Yeah.
and now we've pretty much again tripled the size of everything. Really.
Yeah.
Because with the amount of forage harvesters we work on, we've got to be able to fit 2 forage harvesters side by side in each bay.
Oh yeah.
Every Friday, knock off. The workshop's clean as whistle, ready for obviously the next week's call outs.
Yeah. Oh, what a honey.
Oh yeah,
What a honey.
492. So this is going to a farmer.
Just sold.
Yep, just sold. So she's just getting a bit of a workover, getting changeover from grass to maize.
Oh yeah.
This thing is a gem. So this
So
is
what's going? Is there an 8-row header going on this or?
Yep, yeah, there's an RU, 6-row. It's a RU 450.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this was this is the fourth owner of this machine. Is
The old Mercedes V8.
Yep, tried and tested. Yeah, but no, absolute gem. So most of the machines in the North Island at least will be 4-wheel drive, not 2-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
So, but these things are what put Claas on the map in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another Claas tractor. Do you do many Claas tractors? Like are they kind of a farmer's machine over here, are they?
Yeah, they're great farmers machines. So we're starting to do more and more, especially on the high regulated chassis.
Yeah.
So like your 650s, 660s in New Zealand are just taking off.
Yeah.
Fantastic chassis. Small, well I wouldn't say small frame, but just well built, compact, 205 horsepower tractor.
Yeah.
And they look good.
Where are they in the price range with other brands?
We're depends on what
Spec,
what
like,
spec,
yeah,
but we're about mid
Yeah.
range, and we still do the obviously these are stage 5 tractors, so we still do tier 3 engines as well, which you don't get in Europe. No, which they're a really nice farmer's tractor. Yeah, really nice.
And then we have the JCB end by the looks of it.
Yep. So just in here for some, I don't know, I think this one's boom repairs, this one.
Yeah.
So again, JCB, don't need to explain itself.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So like the JCB, whatever you want to call them, telehandlers are extremely common with farmers over here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yes, and if we rewound the clock 10 years ago, pretty much telehandlers were sort of like a thing on everyone's wish list, but no one could justify it.
yeah.
Now with the big increase in mixer wagon sales, telehandler, and it doesn't matter if it's obviously JCB is the best, doesn't matter what brand, more and more farmers are going to telehandlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the big dairies now, like that have their managers in there or whatever, like, but they'll just do their feeding and they'll contract out everything else maybe, like, and
Yeah.
all he needs a mixer wagon and a teleporter.
Yep.
That's kind of it, like.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
All your fertilizer spreading, your topping, your silage, everything is contracted out, like, isn't it?
Yeah, your large scale farmers, depending on how many staff they've got, they will pretty much bring that in-house.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just contract it out to your local contractors.
So all that's on their mind machinery-wise is a good teleporter, like.
Yep. Good tractor, good mixer wagon, good telehandler, good feeding equipment, and that's about it.
Right, we'll have a look outside, will we?
Yeah, we'll go. Yep. We'll quickly mention something that's probably a little bit unique. So we look after customers' processes.
All right.
So generally the forage harvesters will come in here for maize conversion.
Yeah.
Or grass conversion. We take the processes out, clean it, grease it, store it on the shelf for them, and then when it comes to the maize changeover, the foragers come back in, pull them out, ready to rock and roll, and the forager they go.
So you keep them, you store them here?
Not for all customers,
Yeah.
that's probably for about 12 customers.
Yeah.
So the ones that are left, they're just basically our stock units for stock machines.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, at this time of year, everything is out, like all the processors are in the machines. But
And we could keep a couple of spare for the old girls.
Yeah. Australian. What's the next? We have the Amazon stuff is outside.
Yep. So again, we try and keep everything critical inside, even though as we walk around, you see a lot of important stuff outside. But
To be fair, over here in New Zealand, though, you love leaving stuff outside, like.
oh yeah, it's just
We're obsessed with sheds back at home, but like over here, nah, don't need them.
it's the she'll be right attitude.
Yeah. Like most contractors wouldn't have like a machinery shed.
Nah.
Here, just leave it outside. It'll be
Leave
fine.
it outside. So no, it's we do try and clean everything and store it away.
Yeah.
But just our UV light here is real harsh.
Yeah, there's no ozone layer over New Zealand or something. is there?
So like Amazon tanks will go white, Classes will go white, JCBs will go white.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what colour machinery it is, the UV light will just absolutely destroy the plastic.
Yeah.
But Amazon sprays are they're good seller in the Waikato.
You're getting a head start on the green line stuff for next year.
Yep. So we retained some unsold stock. We had a bit of a delay in getting some stock this year.
Yeah. So then when you have the lads here for the winter, like obviously the workshop's going to quieten down, but you'll be putting new machines together and stuff, is it?
Yeah, so we do 50-50, so we break the team up in half. Half will do assembly of new machines, and the other half will be getting forage harvesters converted back to grass.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing pre-season sort of like repair schedule for a lot of customers, and it goes from mowers all the way through to tractors and foragers. So we generally bring in a lot of gear, go through it, give some quotes and some pricing, and then it's up to the customer to say yes or no.
And then that's when you come in, you say, oh, it's too dear to fix that, I'll sell you a new one.
So no, we'll take that, we've got a home for it. But that's one thing that we've always prided, Claas Waikato has always prided themselves on is exactly that, just good customer care.
What have we got here then? Maize planter.
Yeah, so that's the new Presea. So that was released last year into New Zealand. Mounted is not very popular in the Waikato. Everything's sort of trailed.
Yeah. Is that because it's hilly or?
Just hilly, and just better transfer of weight.
Yeah. It's a lot of weight hanging off the back of a machine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now the good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Brand new 435 Red S. Is it sold?
No. This is a stock unit. This is the Stack Queen. You know all about the Stack King.
Oh yeah, you have a bone to pick there, don't you?
Yeah, I do have a bone to pick there actually.
No, right, go on. What is it?
Well, back in ploughing, I saw a picture on the GRASSMEN website.
This is Irish ploughing now.
Yeah, Irish ploughing. That you guys were the first to sell a 457S in the world.
Well, not us, but
that's a lie.
Who sold the first one in the world?
I did. You guys were the first
Look,
delivered. I was the first sold.
it was ECI. That was nothing to do with us. We were just a stand. They put the loader there.
That caused me
They
a
put
lot.
the
That
sign
caused me
there.
a lot of grief. That's a lot of grief.
I heard you
Alan.
lost sleep over that and everything.
I did. Yeah. Yeah. So no, our machine was built in May. There you go. May 22.
Well, to be,
Your one was built in June.
it was delivered first though.
I had to ring someone to get a run to your site to get the picture of the serial number plate. That's how much grief it was.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
Thank you,
I
that's
apologise
all right.
for
I
on
accept
behalf of ECI, even though it was nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us.
Bygones be bygones. We'll be all right.
Yeah. We're all friends now.
I'm happy now. I got to admit that online. So no.
So obviously 435s are like probably the most popular
They are.
stack machine over here.
Yeah,
The North and South Island.
I think it's quite changed a little bit. I can't remember the stat, but I think per capita, New Zealand was the best-selling country in the world for 435Ss per capita.
Yeah, they would be. Like I haven't seen any like at the smaller, like the 419 or anything over
No.
here. It's all 434. There's still some 434s knocking about,
Yeah.
but like it's
No, these
majority 435.
these are good machines. Pretty much most contractors will have a 434, 435 of
Yeah.
some generation.
The most common thing like I've came across in my 2 months of travelling around, your typical contractor will have a Claas 950, a Claas 960, a 434 and a 435.
Yeah, that's a standard staple diet.
That's like textbook New Zealand contractor like.
Yeah, yeah. No, these things are bulletproof. Like they just JCB's done a fantastic job with these machines.
So, as you like to tell us, you were the first man to order a 457, but has there been a second one ordered yet?
Not in the Waikato, no, but in the South Island, I think there's 3 or 4.
And then we have a line,
We're overflowing with JCB loadals at the minute.
Agri Supers.
Agris and Agri Supers.
What are we moving into now? The second-hand corner.
Yeah, we're going to the yard of broken dreams.
The trade-in sales room,
Yeah.
which is mostly rakes, but looks of it.
Yeah, so last year we had a fantastic year with the new generation Claas rakes.
Yeah.
So we did, off the top of my head, 10 4800 businesses, a mixture of the business hydraulics versus the business.
That's your top of the range
That's
rake,
top
like,
of the
isn't
road
it? Yeah.
quad rake, and then we did one 4900, which you would have saw at Tony Islands.
No.
No. So this is one of the last 4800s we got left. We use this as a demo machine that's going to a customer that allowed us to demo it for the season.
Oh yeah.
So
Actually, I seen a Coon 4-rotor at Tony Islands. But I heard you're trying to sell him a new Claas.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
get
I think you're in the door there now.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to another customer. So he's quite thankful for us to, or for him to let us demo it for the season.
Oh, yeah. What's this now? That's not an Irish buck rake.
No, I know. No.
It's bad form now. Where are they all but made? Are they made here?
England.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's all right then.
yeah.
Maybe off that one.
Yeah. So no. That's one of the last ones I got left.
So you're not bringing them in anymore?
No,
either?
we buy these off the local importer.
Oh, yeah.
So we always try and have some here backup.
Yeah.
Just when customers break them or they need them in a hurry.
And obviously you probably try and sell them with a new loader as well.
Try to, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, that old bucker you have, that won't look good on your new loader. You need a new one.
Need a new one.
Yeah.
It's always part of the gift of the gab, I suppose. Yeah. So no, we caught us a bit of a wrong time, obviously, because we're coming to the tail end of the season, so we have very, very little stock.
Yeah.
Yep. So we do have a few miles left that customers they brought last year, but they arrived too late, so they'll get delivered in this coming spring.
Yeah. And then you have a few Amazon bits.
Few Amazon bits. Yeah, we do real well, like I say, with the spreaders and the sprayers.
Yeah.
And getting back into the market with drills and planters.
So what's over here? 320, TM320 is it?
Yep. So we've got 2 TM320s.
Oh yeah, are they, like, the Agri Supers a lot more popular than them, are they?
If we can get the TM range a lot faster, or in large quantities, we'll do quite well with them.
Yeah.
Because people just love the visibility and they can use them more for things.
Yeah, I would much prefer the TM320 over the telescopic
Yeah.
Agri or Agri Super style. Like,
So this is probably the one that you're more used to back home.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about? Can you get a 420 out here?
Yeah, we actually did a 420 just recently. So that one was delivered in December. January, apologies. And that customer loves it. He came out of a 320 into a 420.
Yeah, yeah. So we're putting the push on them now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of it then.
It pretty much is. Yeah. Yeah.
So probably leave it there.
Yep, easy as.
And thanks for the ute as well. So
No
Jared
worries.
was kind enough to supply me with a ute, or a pickup, as we would say back home, for the couple of weeks I was here.
And feed you for a couple of days.
You did feed me a couple of times, yeah. To be fair.
You're
So
a big lad.
I'd say Nagel had more than me the other night.
Yeah.
And he's only small.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So, Jared, thanks for having me. Thanks for
worries.
hospitality. Hopefully, I'll be back again next couple of years if they'll send me out.
More than welcome to come back. More than welcome.
Ideal. Thank you very much.
Yeah.